know, a lot of people try to tell me, like, keep the main thing, which would be music, but the main thing is me.
Period.
You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
main thing. Without me, there is no music.
The main thing is me.
3-time Grammy-nominated, platinum certified artist, 50% of EARTHGANG,
Yes.
100% COMPXSS.
Yes.
Olu,
Yes.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Yeah, I'm blessed.
You look blessed.
Likewise, I'm blessed.
So how does it feel to hear that? To hear Grammy-nominated, platinum certified?
It's funny because I don't pay attention to that stuff for real. Like, I'm always locked in, blinders on, like, what's next? So it's good to hear, you know what I'm saying? It's good to kind of look back and see, like, things that you've done and understand that that's like a stepping stone next to, you know, where you're going next and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like while you're in it, you don't realize in the forefront that like these are blessings and things that you thought about before that are answered prayers that are happening now. So it's
making me think about the present moment more.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mindfulness.
yeah, it's making me really think about, like, what am I planting right now that people talk about 5-10 years from now. Who knows? But
that's fair, because right now, I think the mission is clear. You are basically in the mode of like mindfulness is the movement, and so you're living it, you're speaking it through Compass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Compass. I know that you're doing yoga, you're doing breath work,
Yes.
you're doing meditation, all the things, and you even did a 200-hour
retreat class.
In Bali.
Yes.
How was that?
That was it was like going like deep down into the cave. Like, a lot of people talk about like shadow work and this, that, and the third, but like I went to Bali at the top of the year in January for 4 weeks, 3-week training. Right after my birthday, like, everything just kind of like shit hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, those birthday moments where you start taking a look back over the year.
Yeah, you're
like,
oh gosh,
what have I done? What am I doing next? And you know, all these goals that you've been trying to accomplish and all of that stuff, and everything kind of hit me at once, you know, and I just kind of got like real deep dive into like I realized that I had done so much that past year, going to fashion shows. We did Coachella, Dreamville Fest, like, you know what I'm saying, popping out here and there, working on new music, releasing stuff.
Yeah, you were busy.
Busy, super busy. But then I was like, you know, spiritually, like, I have not grown. Like, I don't see no step forward, player. You probably took a few steps back, honestly. Yeah. And in my personal life, things weren't going well. And, you know, it just kind of made me like pump the brakes. You know, around November, December, everything was really, really tough. And I was blessed to be able to go out there in January and kind of like just forget about the world for real. Like, forget about trying to accomplish things, be on social media, go party, see friends, all of that stuff. Everything was shut down, you know, for me. And I feel like a lot of people need that. A lot of people need to be like, let me just let me just be with myself.
Yeah, I think that like you don't realize it while you're literally in it, how much you're kind of just like thinking about everything that's going on, like one after the other. So you don't really get time to think about like, am I at peace right now? Like, where am I at spiritually, mentally? Your physical will be the first thing to tell you you're not good. Like, you're not doing well inside right now. Because I know there have been times when I've felt overworked, like, just because I know, like, my schedule booked. Yeah. But then my body is like, your knees, babe. Like, your chest is tight. Like, you need to sit down. You need to recenter yourself. So for you, you were able to recenter yourself in Bali?
I was just out there eating vegan meal here and there and stuff, but, you know, I had to sneak a burger in.
I've been told that like veganism is actually not the best thing for you because obviously you're losing nutrients. You're not getting all the nutrients you should because you need that protein. So some people are like pesca vegan. You know? So like fish.
I try to just like, I mean, the way I was raised, it was just like no fast foods, no pork, like all of that stuff.
Same.
All the meals was like really, really cooked. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I have certain days where I fast. Like Tuesdays, I don't eat meat. You know what I'm
why
saying?
Tuesdays?
It's a spiritual thing. It's like a certain day of the week that's like, for me, that's dedicated to like action. When I do pause, it's like basically me pouring back into myself and being able to be like, I have the willpower to do the things that I need to do, because on this day that represents the willpower, like I'm pausing from like eating meat and doing all this stuff. So it works for me, you know.
Okay, so Sunday we rest, Tuesdays is intention.
Yeah.
I like that.
Tuesdays just no meat, and then it's cool. The rest of the days I don't really trip. I just eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the digestive system should just always be flowing and cleansed. Like you eat a lot of meat, it's gonna sit in your body.
Yeah.
For me, it starts to show in my pores. For real, like I start breaking out, like liquor, start breaking out, all this stuff. So I'm like, man, I ain't doing all this.
No, yeah. The media and just in general, you'll be told to drink, to party, to whatever, and then you'll see that your body is rejecting it, and you're not doing the things to like fix it, because then it's just like, oh, buy this will help you with your acne, buy this. So now it's consumerism. It's too many things that's also taking away from the point of mindfulness and trying to get back to yourself.
I be feeling for the sisters too, man, because like y'all be throwing that makeup on, y'all be looking good
right now.
Y'all be looking good, but I be like, man, y'all be like, why my skin breaking out, man? Because you always got some on your face.
No, literally.
Like,
I'm like, you know how Drake was like pretty with no makeup on, whatever, chilling. Like for me, as soon as, like, I have makeup on, but, like, I rather not have makeup on. Like, most of the time, like, when I came in, I didn't have makeup on. I only had it on for you right now.
Y'all think.
But most of the time, like, I feel like as soon as I get home, the way that I, like, when I'm wiping the makeup wipe off my face, I'm like, I feel kind of just like, oh, now I can breathe, now I can relax.
Like, why the guy's skin looks so good? Like, soap and water.
Soap and water.
You know what I'm saying? Shea butter, like.
That's crazy.
Like, do a little skincare here and there.
What
but
is
like,
your skincare?
I do a face cleanser, and then I do like a serum, and then I don't like know the steps. I don't know the steps.
The steps. Okay, so what are the steps? The steps is
you gotta
cleanse
first.
Right.
I don't do the scrubs. Scrubs make me break out.
Because you're supposed to only do them like once a week. Like you're not supposed to do it all the time.
But I mean, like when I do like a scrub, it just always make me break out.
What are you using? Neutrogena? Like what?
Nah, it be like stuff that people. I don't know. My homegirls be giving them to me. So
you gotta look at the ingredients, but I'm gonna trust your homegirls.
So I do a face cleanse every now and then. I do a mask. I've been using that Fenty Skin with the mask.
Oh, I see.
You know, you got like the little black beads in it.
Yes.
It's hard.
Your hip.
It's a good time. So I do a mask, wash that off, and then I do like a serum.
See, you skipped a step.
What's the
toner?
The toner. That's okay. So the toner and then the serum, and then I just let my face dry, and then I just put like shea butter on at the end.
Okay, shea butter. The thing is, I feel like shea butter is too thick for my skin. Like I need a light moisturizer.
You got to.
Fair. What about cocoa butter?
Nah, I don't do that no more, man. But y'all give me some. I could rock with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna have to give you some cocoa butter because
I used to be on cocoa butter heavy. I'm from the West End, Atlanta, Georgia. You know what time it is. So all the stores got cocoa butter and right next to the shea butter. So it's like it's all the same.
You have to have both, like.
But to your point where you were saying, like, you know, people, you start drinking and eating and doing all this stuff. Like, I mean, I was doing a lot of that last year because I really was like not in the space of like pursuing my purpose and my passion. I had, you know, people start saying, yo, you 3-time Grammy nominated. Like, y'all toured here. Y'all did this. When y'all going on y'all next tour, when y'all doing that. And then when you don't always got the answers, because, like, sometimes you in the season of planting, not a season of harvesting, so you start looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You like, I ain't got nothing to show y'all. So let me act like I got something going on.
Yeah, let me marinate.
Yeah.
Like, let me...
You don't know how to sit down and be inside because you feel like you always got to be out.
You need to be somewhere,
So I had to go. You know what I'm saying? I had to go out of here. I had to go to Bali. And we was doing classes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we went 10 days straight in the beginning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, 10 days straight. And people was like, it was 17 of us. So we all got a chance to kind of know each other. But like people were having real experiences out there. People was like, you know, crying in class, crying on the mat, like, and like sharing what was going on in our lives and stuff. A lot of people was, you know, just going through stuff back at home, whether it be a breakup, whether it be moving.
Yeah.
People just coming out there to find their purpose and stuff. And
be vulnerable.
Yeah, and be vulnerable. And, you know, I wrote down that the reason why I came out there was to find my compass. And when I got back to the States, I was like, oh, that's the name right there. That's it. Like I said, it's basically a company, a health and wellness company, where we have all of these tools, whether it be breathwork, whether it be yoga, whether it be working out, whether it be conversations, whether it be tasting food from different cultures.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? That allows you to have those conversations and connect because like I love traveling, and comp is traveling, but like all of these things are designed to help you find your way in your journey through life. So you always have like a point where you can reflect, and then somewhere where your North Star is and where you're going.
So compass is supposed to lead you in the right direction.
Yes.
I like that.
And or just continue to guide you, because like it's a journey. You
Yeah.
know? It's not all about the destination.
Yeah, it's not about the
So
destination.
it's like when you get lost, you like, all right, let me stop, and then okay, all right, let me get back on.
I like that though. That's very smart, and the fact that it's coming from a personal experience makes it hit even deeper. So I love that. So you, how do you feel like the mission of EARTHGANG and Compass are like in tandem for you?
I mean, shoot, being able to travel around the world through what we've done at EARTHGANG and what we're still doing is like, it has always fueled me, like it's being able to like see people and experience things has always given me like more motivation. And I think Compass is that place where you can continue to connect with people, but kind of in a more intentional way. Like I love doing festivals, I love doing shows. Like it's so much fun traveling and stuff. But like a lot of times when I travel, I don't get a chance to see the city that I'm in. I'm there for 2 days and
then you're gone.
I'm gone. So like for the activations that I want to do with Compass, you know what I'm saying, in the future, retreats and things like that, and just really, really connecting, maybe do festivals like Rocking the Daisies out of South Africa, but like being able to like come to festivals and be a part of the culture, be a part of what's going on, and have people like have those connecting moments where it's not, we just go in here to party and take pictures on our Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, the media, because people are always trying to capture the moment, they don't stay in the moment.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about Compass and trying to bring these installations, do you actually have them? I think you should do this just personally, but you should literally be like all phones in a basket. Phones in a basket. We're gonna be here. This is what we're doing.
I might do that. I've never like given my phone up, and I just keep it in my pocket. All my people be like, "Yo, you don't have no pictures of where you've been?" Like, bro.
But not everybody's like you, because if you're like me, I was in Hawaii and we were doing yoga in front of the ocean, and the sun was beaming, and I was like trying to be in the moment, but I was like, I kind of want to take the moment on my camera. So I'm like in downward dog, and then while everybody's not like focused, or if they're focused and I'm not, I go put my phone somewhere, and then I go back to the downward dog, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough, and then I go back, and then I'm like, yo, I can't be in the moment. I can't.
I'm always in the moment, man. I'm like, sometimes I see a sunset and I'd be like, why would I want to try to capture this on my phone?
Because I want to
like,
see it later.
It's not gonna look the same. I see the moon, I'd be like, you know what? If y'all ain't see this, too bad, man. Tomorrow's coming. Like.
But sometimes it's for me. Like, it's just like when I like to, because memories are very important and I value that a lot. So I'm like, I need to capture the moment, because not only am I forgetful, but I literally will, it's just like, I need to be able to sit in my bed while I'm not in Hawaii anymore and see everything that I experience, because sometimes my memory is just not dependable. So
it's crazy because, I mean, talking about moments and mindfulness and how all those things like relate to each other. In past few years before, like 2016, 2017, 2019, like when we was all like super doing like early EARTHGANG stuff, all I was thinking about was work. Like I was never really thinking about anything outside of that.
Because you had a mission. You were like,
a mission.
This is what I want to do. This is my objective. How can I get there now?
And then when 2023 came around, and I'm like, okay, we've done this, we've done that, we've done this, but like the rest of my life is kind of like, not in disarray, but like huge question marks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh, what's going on? Have I not lived? I mean, even during the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang.
I think all of us were going through.
I think that's what's, like from 2020 to 2023, I think a lot of people who were either feeling frustrated in lockdown or felt like they had not lived their life before lockdown, once everything opened back up, everybody was like, man, I'm finna be everywhere. I'm finna be connecting over here. I'm gonna network over there. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And we just kept going. And then like right around the end of 2023, everything was like, all right, y'all. Get it together. Like you can't just keep going like this.
Yeah, burnout is so real.
I think a lot of people burnt out.
Yeah, because like
2023. I think a lot of people
that's what
burnt
happened.
out.
It's just kind of like you have all this momentum and you're going and you're going and going, but you don't realize how much is taken away from you until you're sitting there and you're like, nah, I'm burnt out. I'm done.
Done.
I need a moment. And I guess I feel like I experienced this last year where I was creating, I was trying to get into rooms, I was and then immediately I just burnt out. And the thing is, no one really talks about what it feels like to get out of that like hole of being burned out. It took me a full year for me to like go back to being like, oh, I'm motivated again. I feel like there's purpose. I feel like I'm, inspired to do things. I was not inspired. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to post videos. I was so over it. And you could tell by the way that I was showing up in rooms, the way I was showing up on social media. And it was just kind of like, and even me by myself, I felt it. And I was just like, how do I get out of that?
Yeah.
So the fact that you decided to go to mindfulness and meditation and finding a way to work through that is beautiful, because I just went to working out. I said, you know what, I'm gonna
it's
go
the same. Working out is like it's a part of it.
It's a part of it.
It's a part of it.
Yeah, but it's not all of it.
It's not all of it, and I think that's why I want to make known. A lot of people who teach yoga, we like to say this, like, yoga is not just stretching. It's a way of life.
It is.
It's a way of life. It's practicing. Non-harming yourself, non-harming others. Is practicing self-awareness constantly. Just having faith and continuing to think about your impact on the world.
Yeah.
All of these things and being in union. Yoga means union. So you're in union with yourself. You're in union with the Creator. Then you'll be fine at the end of the day. But shout out to the people who do work out, because that's kind of what in 2020 that even kind of put me in that space of like,
yeah,
this is something that is getting me outside. This is something that is getting me outside of my mind, thinking all the time, or something that, connects me with other people too. So, I love the shout out to the workout, the workout girls and workout boys,
That, and also I think you said something about, I think I watched one of your videos where you said this, where it was like when you hit a brick wall, like something's out of balance. So how do you recalibrate your system? Because I know you're talking about meditation and breath work and mindfulness, but like, where's the starting point?
I think a lot of people need to learn how to take breaks. And sometimes these breaks are not just like at the end of the day. And I feel really bad for a lot of people who just like are constantly working.
Yeah.
Because that's not what life is about. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like that because...
Yeah, that's not what life is about. So, I mean, if you can get 2 to 3 days where you could just not do nothing, that's a start. For me, it really was just taking a break and being like, man, I need to develop just a certain system of what helps me feel more in tune with myself.
Yeah.
But if you can't take breaks, then it's little things. It's movement. Taking walks. It's isolation, being by yourself. You gotta learn how to be by yourself and learn how to like be in tune with your frequency, your thoughts, your passion, spiritual practice, whatever, if there's a religion that you believe in, or even if you just like learn how to cultivate more love for yourself, your social network, making sure you have the right people around you, and finding your purpose and your passion in life, which could be anything. It don't have to be something super serious or something that makes you grind all the time. Somebody's passion could be, like making kites or something. Like,
anything that brings you peace.
Yes, anything that really brings you peace, and go after that. And kind of like, you have to detach from what the world is trying to sell you, because it ain't real.
And that's hard, because with TikTok, with YouTube Shorts, with Instagram, you're constantly being fed things that you should buy, things that you should, like trends that you should follow. And that actually brings me to like the whole trend thing, right? What's one trend or like one health and wellness trend that like you don't stick by, you don't stand by?
Let me think, because I don't really follow trends.
I will give you one. Because I'm like, I don't get it, and I'll never get it. So, Erewhon, right? I don't know if there's one in the DMV, but like there's one in LA, there's some in New York, and their prices are crazy. But obviously, with all the media buzz behind Erewhon, people are paying $32 for a bag of peanuts. And I'm like...
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel you on that. Like, health and wellness should be more accessible, for the regular person, It doesn't make sense for people to have $300 gym memberships and stuff, or like, it doesn't make sense to like create that barrier between, the everyday person and somebody who's like, okay, I want to take B12 shots every day when I wake up.
Yeah.
This, that, and third. It should always be accessible. And I think that's a trend that needs to stop. I mean, I do believe that people should have the freedom to choose what communities they work in and what communities that they find their health practices and, you know, that what works best for them. But if, as we moving forward into the future, democratizing it so that everybody is really living on a more healthy plane, physically, spiritually, and mentally, will be best for our society. Really.
Yeah, just being able to actually function on the same frequency. And like, unfortunately, a place like Erewhon with these, Hailey Bieber, am I saying her name right? Hailey Bieber.
The Bieber smoothie.
The Bieber smoothie.
I ain't had it yet.
I haven't had it either, and like the hype behind it is crazy. So I feel like I need to try it because there's no way you telling me berries.
I mean, I bust a smoothie down every morning, so I'm really
too.
I'm really not impressed by most smoothies.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just like, I'm an acai bowl and smoothie girly every morning.
Every morning, yeah.
So I'm like, what does she put in the smoothie?
Crack.
For it to
What else could it be?
for it to be so freaking popular. Like, I don't get it. But to your point of the fact that, like, it should be accessible, right? Like, in Black communities, there won't be a Whole Foods. There won't be an Erewhon. There's going to be the liquor stores. There's going to be the 7-Elevens with, you know, the hot dogs and the Slurpees. So you, unfortunately, because of how we're set up, it's hard for us to grasp the idea of health and wellness at the beginning stages. You have to literally ease yourself into it. Like, I don't think I got into like my health and wellness kick until I was post-college, because, you know, in college it's pizza,
Man,
it's liquor,
anything.
it's anything.
It's whatever keep you alive.
Exactly. Those wings at 7-Eleven were keeping me alive. Like,
keep you afloat.
It was so bad.
Like, Chipotle. Every
Chipotle.
day,
exactly. So I just think that you're making a really good point of just like, it should be free.
Yeah.
Or not free, but you know what I mean? Just affordable, accessible, and something that we can all have. So you make a good point. I like that you said that. You did say in, I think, an interview, you were just like, as I heal, the world heals. And that really stuck with me. And so how do you define holistic health, and like, how is that concept concentrated into Compass?
I think holistic health is built around some of the things that I said before, like social health, physical health, spiritual health, mental health, financial health, and those 5 things. They represent like areas of our lives that keep us going. You know, when any of these are out of balance, we can call on another one to kind of like continue to lift us up. And I think we have to learn how to infuse that with play and having fun, because there's a lot of moments in my life where, like I said, I was just work, and I was too concerned with like accomplishing things and reaching goals and stuff. I'm a very goal-oriented, driven person, but like, man, I need to like have fun too. Like that keeps you going. I wake up at like 4, 5 in the morning now. And, but the cool thing about it is by 2, 3 you done.
Could never be me.
And you can have fun.
Could never be me.
Man.
4 or 5 in the morning?
Yeah, between like 4 and 6 every day, no alarm clock. Like, we up, we getting it.
What time do you go to sleep then?
Man, 10 at the latest.
Really?
If I gotta go outside, then I stay up till we go to bed.
Yeah.
But if there's no pressing thing going on, I'll be in bed by 11 o'clock. If we went for a late dinner, I'll be in bed by 11 o'clock, 11:30.
I will say, I saw that like the most successful people do wake up around like 4, 5, 6 in the morning.
Very clear. You're clear-headed. Like you knocking things out. Your day is by 10 o'clock. You've done most of the things that you need to do. So you have so much leisure time to really enjoy life. Like, I don't know who said 9 to 5 are the times that you need to be working, but I mean, that's like, I feel that's super outdated.
Yeah,
like,
it is, but unfortunately, the system still goes by that.
Yeah, true.
You know.
But I think, I mean, there are other forms of systems, like over in Europe, they be like exploring 3-4 day work week and stuff like that.
They need to
but
bring
I just
that
think people should continue to explore what it's like to step outside of what the constraints are, what we've been told. And traveling, it allows you to really understand life and really see who people are. I was like, man, find yourself somewhere where you don't speak the language, you don't know what's going on. It's gonna humble you real quick.
Yeah,
You're
and you
a
also
very polite person, like real quick. I don't care what your prejudice is.
Yeah,
you're gonna be a very nice person.
That, and on top of that, you're also learning other practices that you can implement into what will now be like your new normal. But I do want to talk about people, right? Because when you travel, you get to learn new people, you get to meet new people, and you said that it's really important to find people who match your frequency.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you find those people?
For me, you have to like be okay with being by yourself first of all.
Okay.
And that was used to be, I mean, it's still kind of hard for me. I'm an only child, so I spend a lot of time by myself.
yourself.
It's really calm. Like, I understand it. I get it. I don't ask
You're like, I'm
folks for
tired of it.
permission to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got to compromise about nothing. So it's like when I get out with people and I'm out in the open, I'm just like, yeah, y'all, let's hang out. Let's have fun. But then you realize that, man, it's a lot of people out here who don't know who they are, who don't know what they got going on, and you can't just be mixing energies like that, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
for real.
it just is what it is, especially if you're on a mission, especially if you like really intent on how you want to live life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be mindful of the people around you, and it's just a little patience. I like to put people in 4 categories: acquaintances, associates, community, and inner circle. And acquaintances, you know, just people you happen to meet. It may be like an introduction here and there at a coffee shop or whatever. Associates are people who you may work with, people, you know what I'm saying, co-workers, or people who, you know what I'm saying, you work with, companies, UTA, that's my agency, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them people, they're very, very great people, you know what I'm saying. Then you got your community, who are people who you're building something long term with. It may not be work related, it may be kind of, you know, just community things going on in the city, or it could be a friend of yours has a child or a niece, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this community, but everybody in the community ain't your friend, and you got to know that.
You
know
gotta know that.
You gotta know that.
Because listen, that's really easy to make that mistake.
You gotta know that. And we throw the word friend around very frivolously.
Yes.
And my people used to tell me that everybody ain't your friend, because I grew up in a very tight-knit community where it's like, yo, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying, my mom and dad, clout, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, he good. So I'm thinking everybody rock with me like I rock with them, but it's like, you know, once you step outside of these places and you realize, you know, you in these, like, man, everybody ain't got your best interests at heart, man. Everybody ain't got their best interests at heart. So how can they have yours at heart? And then you got your inner circle. Who are the people who you can count on, the people who you can call when shit hit the fan, and they can call you, and you know that I'll be there for this person, I could trust this person. And I think a lot of times with social media and people wanting to go out and just connect, we blur the lines of those 4 categories, but you just got to take your time. The older you get, the more you realize, you know what I'm saying, like, you have to be very cognizant of who you let in and out of these circles.
Yeah, my parents, or at least my mom, she made it very clear to me, because I remember when I was younger, and I'd be like, I don't have enough friends. And she's like, Helene, you have so many friends. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, I don't. And then she was like, well, I'm telling you right now, the older you get, that circle is going to get smaller and smaller. Yeah. And you'll be lucky if you have 5.
Yep.
And I kept fighting it. And it's like, now that I'm older, I realize, like, I can count on my hand who I can really call on and be like, this is the person I know, ride or die. Because skinfolk ain't kinfolk.
If I'm stranded in a different country,
who's coming to get me?
Who's coming to get me? Which one of y'all pulling up?
Exactly. You really have to think about that in the sense of, who are those people that is going to ride for me? Who are those people that I'm going to have around my kids? Who are those people that really will be family outside of blood? You know what I mean? So I think that is a very, very valid point.
The people who are going to support you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people who are going to uplift you and say, we believe in your dreams. We believe the thing. Oh, you scared about this? Sit down. Let me talk to you. You know what I mean?
That's hard to find. I'm not going to say, that's really hard to find.
It's hard to find. Where I'm from, I'm blessed because I had a community like that. But like I said, the more I step outside, the more I'm like, it's war out here. Like, damn, like, this is bad.
You're like, I hate it here.
I hate it out here, yo. That's why I be inside. Why I be waking up at 4 a.m. Like, and going to bed at 8:30. I'm like, man, y'all got it. Y'all won. And then you see, like, people who are, like, very, very driven and very focused and, like, you wonder why. Like, why I don't ever see them outside all the time? You only see them when they want to be seen.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, because they living their own life. They don't have. They're not looking out for validation from people who they don't know. They have their community, their tribe, and they cool with that. That works. You're like, who can you call for real? Like, and if you can't call them, then you need to reevaluate who they are.
Oh, listen, me, I have, and I don't know if anybody else does this, or maybe I'm just weird. I don't know, but the way that I see it is quarterly.
Yeah.
I reevaluate my circle.
No, my sister said that
quarterly.
too. She said that. Wow,
I'm like,
quarterly.
who's around me quarterly? Because the thing is, things change, seasons change, people change, and so I'm the type, and I even have them in tiers because I'm a little anal. So I'm like you said, with the whole acquaintance, friends, community, like same thing, but I do it where it's like quarterly. I check in with myself and I check in with my circle. I'm like, okay, you know, maybe this isn't the time for them to be here. They got things going on. I got things going on, or maybe they've I guess revealed a version of themselves that I didn't see before.
Yes.
So you kind of just have to.
That's what I said. It takes time. It takes time when you get to know people. It does.
Yeah.
It does. And you should give people second chances. But like, don't let
sometimes.
Sometimes, depending on what. I like to give people grace. You know what I'm saying? Grace and space.
When it makes sense.
When it makes sense, for sure.
Right.
For sure, when it makes sense. But I don't know, I feel like people make mistakes. So like that's another thing I had to learn is like people make mistakes. So I try to give people grace and like let them grow. But like at a certain point, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of cut off them dead ends.
I think we're speaking from two different experiences because you seem like the type that probably didn't give people second chances, and then you learned to do that. Maybe.
Nah, I'm a very private person, so I've just thought that people just as good. You know what I'm saying? So I've never had to be sat down and be like, hey, do I want this person in my life? Like I never really.
Oh, well, I'm a very forgiving person, so I've learned from experience that because I'm too forgiving sometimes, that can backfire and it can actually hurt you more than it hurt them or the situation. So that's why I'm like, gotta reevaluate. Your circle. So how do you balance your career in music with like running a whole health and wellness brand?
I've simplified my life, to be honest with you. I have 4 things in life that I'm focused on, Compass being one of them, music being another one, and every day I chop a little bit down. You know what I'm saying? We taking phone calls for what we're doing for EARTHGANG and where we're headed, where we're going on the road, you know what I'm saying? Shows that we popping out with it in the summer, songs and music, albums that we finishing, and then right after that, you know what I'm saying, working on activations and stuff for Compass, doing interviews and just working on my flow personally and like talking with the team about going out to this event and going out to that event. It's when you simplify your life, it's easy. But when you want to add like all of the extra things and all the distractions and stuff, then it can be very, very difficult. But I've realized that it's the same energy though. Like the same way people come up to me after a show is the same way people come up to me after class. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, yo, I really appreciate what you gave. And it's all like service to me. Like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's service to me.
That's
so
dope.
like I try not to like separate it too much. I like to keep it together.
Okay.
You know, and I know a lot of people try to tell me like keep the main thing, which would be music, but the main thing is me.
Period.
You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
main
Like,
thing. Without me, there is no music.
The main thing is me. So as long as I keep me the main thing, then I'll be able to pour into this and pour into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Yeah.
So what are the distractions you think are like, these are the things I should avoid? Because I will say, sometimes, yes, it's as simple as like going out. That's a distraction.
Yeah,
Easy.
easy.
Would you say that like relationships are a distraction?
No, I think the wrong relationships are a distraction.
Fair.
I mean, I feel like there is a season for aloneness, right? And in relationships, you're supposed to have your time by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they're supposed to have their time by themselves. And y'all come together to share y'all joy and to share y'all purpose and passion.
Right.
But what happens is we just end up with people because we think they look good. Like that's all it is. It's like, oh, you look good. I want to be around you. Oh, you make me laugh. I want to be around you. And like these people don't share in the same passion or purpose that you share in.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, they're not either supporting you in what you're doing or you not being able to support them, or y'all not growing at the same level. So now this relationship has become a distraction.
Yeah.
And it's sad because, you know, people got their own paths in life. Everybody ain't gonna be able to run at the same pace.
Right.
But when you in an evenly yoked relationship, you understand that we in this thing. This is a marathon, so it's cool. You might be slow right now, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I'm gonna do my thing outside of the relationship, but inside of the relationship, I may be always the provider, but right now I may be the nurturer right now. You know what I'm saying? And that may just be the season that we in. You have to know your purpose and your passion first before you get into relationships. I don't think a lot of people do that. A lot of people just get into the relationship and they figuring out who they want to be and where they want to go in life. And then the other person's idea of who they want to be and where they want to go in life are two separate different directions. So it's like, all right, y'all, we got to call it quits. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're kind of like stepping in the way of them getting into the direction that they're trying to get. You don't want to, and that's when you become a distraction.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
I used to think that, man, you can't think that relationships aren't distractions. Relationships, teamwork, all that stuff helps people move to the next level.
That's what I'm saying. Because in my head, I'm like, when you're in a relationship, it shouldn't be a distraction or it shouldn't be a deterrent from like what it is you're trying to do. So if you're saying like, oh yeah, I gotta save, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, it's like, okay, babe, do that.
Do that, yeah.
I'm gonna be here and I'm going to support you in whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah. Don't think of me taking away from that, because that's never the case, or that shouldn't be the case. So I agree, and I think that you made a really valid point of saying like sometimes you can switch roles where, you know, you'll be the nurturer instead, and like that person will be the provider, vice versa, because it's never going to be 50-50 all the time. It's going to keep balancing. It's like a weight. Yeah, I mean, it's a scale.
I think people put romantic partnerships in a whole different category of relationships, and it's like you should look at the other relationships that are working in your life and understand why these work and bring that into your romantic relationship, because it's not finna be like a Disney movie. Like, it's just not. It will have its moments, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you with the right person who really want to pour into you and study what makes you shine like a light bulb, you know what I'm saying? And they'll do those things for you. And that'll be those moments. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying, life gonna put chaos in the path. Like, regardless. Like, it will happen.
Always.
Life is gonna life. So you have to understand that it's not always gonna just be roses and candy. You know what I'm saying? And people just think that's what relationships are for. And that's not life.
Fair. So what else outside of relationships do you think counts as a distraction?
Social media. I think social media,
Fair.
it just paints a picture of fantasy in every aspect of life that we should be striving to. And it gives us that before we give ourselves a chance to realize who we are and what's really important to us and our values. And it sucks, man. It really sucks. It really sucks, because social media got a lot of people fucked up out here, man. In all assets of life.
And the way that we put influencing and influencers on this pedestal, now everyone's trying to achieve that instead of what may have been like another purpose that they had for themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of get distracted at the idea of, oh my gosh, influence trips, going on this, doing this, getting free stuff, that you forget that, like, maybe God, that wasn't the direction for you. Like, God didn't have that as the direction. Maybe you were supposed to be leading in the community or doing something else, but you won't be thinking about that because social media is distracting you. It got you
messed up.
And now you're like confused, 50-50, not sure which way to go.
Yeah, and then you see other people's lives and you think that that's your life.
Exactly.
And it's like your life, you have to create your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From your actions and from what feels right in your heart. And, you know, it's just sad, man.
So what do you think has been the most rewarding part of making this brand and just like building it up?
Just seeing other people start on their own journeys. Man, I was walking past Whole Foods yesterday, and this sister stopped me. She was like, "Oh my, you know what I'm saying, Olu from EARTHGANG." And I was like, "What's up? What's going on?" Shook her hand. She was like, "Yo, you're like a reminder to me of what it means to don't stop." I was like,
wow.
You know, I said, praise God, like, cause I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I am to you.
Yeah.
Me? But to know that you had that impact on people is like, okay, I'm being the vessel that I was designed to be. I think that's the most rewarding thing. You know what I'm saying? And then when the back end come in, you feel me? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When the back end come in,
You like,
when they start, you know, okay, we'll fly you out for this and this much. You know what I'm saying? That's
You're like,
rewarding. Yeah, for sure. We'll be there.
see.
We'll be there. But first and foremost, just seeing other people like step out and be like, man, if he could do it, I know I could do it. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I also think that her saying that, pouring into people, like, you don't realize how much like a simple, like, oh, you look really nice today, or just anything, like, I love your work, I love how you've inspired me. Those words mean so much, and nobody really thinks about it until you're sitting at home and you're like, you know, that really felt good that they said that. You know?
Yeah.
Wow, like,
Very true.
I needed to hear that today because I had a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you don't really know how these little teeny interactions can actually build you up into the person you're supposed to become.
Yes.
And I think that's
You have to talk lovingly to the people who you care about. I mean, to anybody, for real.
Yeah.
To anybody, even the people who you mad at. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to like sit down and like sometimes like, you have to say things with love. And especially the people in your circle is like, man, like, you gotta know that I believe in you. You gotta know that I see you for real.
And when people see you when you don't see yourself is like another thing, because it's like you are a mirror. Like, you are a mirror to another person. So you may be thinking you're not doing enough. It's just kind of like, man, like, I don't think I really did that well, or crap, like, I should have done this instead of this. But then when somebody else comes to you and they're like, you're doing amazing. It's like, oh, like, I didn't even know that. Like, so, like you said, you know, it's good to talk good to people, say good things, just be kind to people. So if you could see one change in the health and wellness space, in the industry, what do you think it would be?
I don't know, I think kind of what I said is just making things more accessible for people. You know, making things more accessible, whether it's having activations where, you know, I love how people starting to do more and more run clubs and stuff like that. But I think that's really, it's just super important, you know. It's just people understanding that movement, your body movement is the first step to like having an effect on your spirit and your mind.
And body, like movement in general is a way of connection and communication. And so you said run club. Run club is like a new thing now. Like, everybody's doing the run club. I think I saw on social media where it was like run club is the new dating app. And I was like, ew. But other than that, because like, I'm like, I hate running. And if I have to join a run club to find a man, I'd rather die. But I hear you. But again, like, you can find the love of your life, or you can find community. You can find sisterhood. You can find people who are really like-minded, right? Like, because you can find people at the club if you want. I mean,
You could do that.
You could do that, but they probably don't
that.
have the same mindset. And like you said, surrounding yourself with people who have the same motivation and the same goals and aspirations as you is super important. So, yeah, I like that your Compass is another place to be able to do that and to find that community. So, look at you. Good job.
Thank you.
Uplifting the community.
Thank you.
We love to see it.
Yeah, we love it.